It always gives me that warning. Says you're not scheduled to go live until 7 o'clock, but you're welcome to if you want to. It's like you're trying to talk me out of it.
But we do every week.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah.
You know, you think it would learn by now.
Yeah. I think we're the only show that does a pre-show.
I think so.
Quite possibly.
I think so. And I think we're the only show that runs comments when the closing credits are playing too.
Well, I think Kevin does that now.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we did it first though.
Yeah, we did first. We were innovative. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, we're talkative in the chat tonight.
Speaking of innovative.
Yeah, somebody ripped that idea off, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't want to brag, guys.
Triple H, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.
I don't want to brag, guys, but I think we're going to go from post to post, from coast to coast, with the host with the most, the marvelous one himself, Mr. Mark Maggard, Andy Bolger, yours truly, the Warden, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ben Walker.
You and Mandy have a valid beef.
They have a common gripe, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That should be a class action lawsuit.
Now, if Triple H sends me the current WWE shot belts, I don't want anything else but that. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
Well, I think we got to have Jacob on the show to discuss it with you, Richard.
Yeah, he'll come off top rope and give you a splash.
He'll be very friendly. He's a good guy. Come on.
No, I am actually starting to be a big Jacob Fatu fan. I was a fan of his in the Indies.
How can you not be? How can you not be?
But
I know everybody loved that spot, but I have an issue with it. And I'll address that when we get to it.
Yeah, he has so much.
No, well, that too, but
he's got so much potential that Triple H is letting him run with it, which is cool. We'll discuss more in the show.
Okay.
Mark Henry was saying that he always pushed for Tony Khan to sign Jacob Fatu, and Tony Khan wouldn't do it. Can you imagine if he be what he would be?
He'd be in catering.
Yep.
My dog, I can hear him licking himself over there, sitting over there.
Oh yeah, that mic picks it up.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You don't know where my other hand is.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hey guys, everybody. We're not even live yet. I mean, we're not even starting the show yet.
It's not the second hour, Mark. Come on.
No, my dog is laying in his bed right in front of my desk here, and he's got this habit of licking himself, and it keeps me up at night. You can hear it.
Wait a minute. He wakes you up with the sounds of him cleaning himself?
Yeah, you can hear it. Yeah.
It's that loud that it wakes you up? Time to get some earplugs, Mark.
Like. That's what it sounds like.
Give them a little bit of coconut oil in their food.
Yeah, I might have to.
Coconut oil?
Yeah.
But this is why I hear it when I go to bed and I go.
Well, they itch and stuff like that, so they're licking their paws.
Yeah. Mark, that didn't sound nice. That's how you.
That's what it sounds like.
You're slurping over there, dude. Like
I'm not gonna comment. I'm staying out of it.
Right.
I thought you were slurping on a popsicle or something.
I'll let you guys run with that one. You're on your own.
Oh, have you got to hour number 1 yet?
We had hour 0 and you.
Well, I knew you could hear it because I could hear it. I had to explain what was
going on.
I
can hear it. Yeah,
okay, but let me ask you: Does the wife hear him doing that?
Yes.
Oh, and she okay.
And that's all I got to say about
Draco
that.
lays on Megan's side of the bed, on the floor, and we can hear him around the snoring. Yeah. You can hear him. It's either me snoring, her snoring, or the dog snoring.
No, he gets real bad yeast in his ears because he's a hound, and there's got those big floppy ears that keeps moisture in. And I have to give him.
We have one cat. We have one cat that goes to the hallway and does a concert about 3 a.m. It's like,
oh Jesus!
Shut up.
So your hallway is an amphitheater, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We call it her nightly concert.
Okay.
And he takes out the slipper and throws it. Go to bed.
Shut up!
Quiet. Trying to sleep.
Try to sleep here.
Do you remember Tom and Jerry where they used to throw the shoe out the window? hit him on the fence.
I always wanted Tom to get Jerry and just beat the hell out of him.
Just one time. Just
one
beat
time.
Him.
Just like
one time.
Right.
Okay,
just beat him like a drum. Like just
because there's that one poster of the Roadrunner where he's got a hold of the Coyote's got a hold of the Roadrunner.
But the Roadrunner is huge.
And all the
I saw one cartoon where... Oh, talk about it later. Let's start the show, shall we?
Let's go.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Robert Gibson, and you're watching Spanning the Globe.
Good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night. It is time to go spanning the globe. And unfortunately, we're starting off on a sad note. We've lost yet another legend in the world of professional wrestling, Colonel DeBeers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But before we get into all that, I want to remind everybody at the top of the show that this show is sponsored by Marked Leather Championship Belt Leathering, by Ashley Southern Designs, and by Unique Championship Belts. And I'd like to give a special shout out to Kevin Davenport and the Double Dropkick Podcast. I had to say that right. He won't get him mad at me. Give him a view on Tuesday nights, and sometimes he has a show on Saturday night when he has a special interview, and does a great show, has great content and great interviews. So be sure you like and subscribe to the Double Dropkick Podcast YouTube channel. You also find him on Facebook and on Instagram. I think a couple other formats there. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by a partnership with the Brothers in Kayfabe podcast. You can find them on Linktree and Apple Podcasts. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on my co-host for the evening. Welcome, the Warden, Richard Ward.
What's up, everybody?
Andy B. from Love Those Wrestling Belts. Be sure you join that group on Facebook. Good evening.
Everybody's welcome to join in.
That's right. No drama, just the love of belts. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Ben Walker from Championship Belt Brothers, that other group.
That's right. Good evening. Good day, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well.
Absolutely. And let's take a look at who we have watching tonight. Give our viewers a shout out. Mr. Kirk Hall, our usual first commenter.
Number one.
Good evening. Like and subscribe. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mark Laverty.
Mark,
Cuddles.
what's up, bud?
Ultimate
What's
Cuddles.
up?
Oh, here we
The
go.
ultimate.
Thank you for this. Thank
Right.
you
Thanks for covering the legal parts.
Yeah, don't try this at home. No. Or Cuddle's house.
Boys,
We're
they're
doing fine.
Good, man. Doing good.
Oh, Mom's not watching, so we can get loose.
Mom's not
We can
with
cut
us tonight?
I
Oh,
hope she's not. Oh, we're on the big screen tonight, guys.
Oh,
Megan. She's
Yeah,
got
we're
us on
top
the
part of that. Thank you very much.
konnichiwa.
She said she
Konnichiwa.
wanted. She said, "I want to watch you on the big screen."
Mhm.
Thank you, Chris Rains. Hello. Good evening.
She tells me that all the time.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. I want to watch. You're number one in my group as well.
Thank you. Thank you,
In my
Chris.
book. Sorry.
Thank you, Chris.
And hello to Lisa. Thank you for
Hello,
watching.
Lisa.
Hey,
Huh?
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. And so, yeah, we got twice the viewers. Thank you very much. Wrestling Bonkers watching us from the UK.
Welcome.
What's up, Bunkers?
How's it going?
Platinum Swords.
Platinum. What's up, buddy?
Oh, here he is.
We're official.
Did he watch last week?
Yeah, you did.
I believe so.
Okay. Well, good to have you. Thanks for watching.
Right on time.
Yeah, they are watching. I hope so. We'll get that in a little bit. James Mills, he's doing some great leather work.
What's up, James?
Like to showcase his work on
What's
the show
up?
sometime. CJ Smith, hello.
CJ,
Hello
what's
there.
going on, bud?
What's up?
Come on, man. How's it going?
There we go. It started.
Here we go.
Everybody's getting acquainted in the mosh pit.
Hey, it doesn't. I mean,
What's going on,
Hey,
Ethan?
Ethan,
What's up, Ethan?
you gotta at least
What a-
try, right, Platinum?
Yep.
You never
part
know
of the
what.
double drop kick.
You have to try.
Ethan Thompson is part of the double drop kick podcast as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Ethan?
All right. Everybody's watching. Okay. And Ashley Southern Designs right there.
Hey, Ashley.
And speaking
Hey,
of Ashley
Ashley.
Southern Designs,
Ashley,
Rylan.
what's up?
she made this beautiful shirt for me, if you want to call it beautiful. I mean, it's a t-shirt. But I had her make this for me in tribute to Dusty Rhodes. And on Monday Night Raw the other night, was it Monday Night Raw or was it the Saturday Night main event? It's Raw, wasn't
Monday
it?
Night Raw. I think SmackDown. He came in
Yeah.
with a different shirt.
Okay. Yeah, he wears a Cody Sucks Eggs t-shirt in the same font, same size, same color, everything. And I'm convinced that they're watching this show because not only this shirt was copied, Richard.
A little line from post to post, from coast to coast was mentioned. And as you all know, I've been saying that for the last 3 years.
Sounds about right.
Something like that.
And all I'm accepting is just give me the whole line of the shop belts, and I'll call it a day.
There you go.
That
That's your
sounds like a
royalty.
fair deal, I think.
That's your royalty. There you go.
That's all I want as my royalties.
But if you want a shirt like this, and she could do either Dusty Sucks Eggs or Cody Sucks Eggs, hit Ashley Southern Designs up.
Ashley can make any shirt look great.
Absolutely.
Or you can have it say anybody sucks eggs,
Yeah.
no matter who their name is.
The possibilities are endless.
What's
Yes.
up, Jay?
Absolutely. Anybody can suck an egg.
Right?
Hey, Jason, what's
Hello,
up, buddy?
Jason. Mike Nelson watching again. Thank you very much.
What's up,
What's up,
Mike?
Mike?
Okay. Oh, you're talking about my dog. Okay, yeah.
All right.
I was trying to figure out where that came from.
Lane. What's going
Hello,
on,
Lane
man?
Lifford.
What's up, buddy?
Tyler Dove back watching.
Tyler Dub's in the
welcome back.
house.
Welcome back, Tyler.
He's sneaking back into the hobby.
Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
We know you'd come.
Yeah. Yeah, they're dropping like flies, unfortunately.
What's up, Tomash?
Tyler remembers Grandpa.
He remembers Grandpa.
Kevin O'Keefe, another leather guy.
What's up, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
Glad
Thanks
to
for
have you
tuning
watching.
into my live. Scott, what's going on, boy?
Hello.
Hi, Aaron's. Yeah,
It's
hello.
Thursday.
Thursday. That's right. No, she didn't make the shirt on TV, but she can make you one like that.
Ashley can make any shirt.
Yeah, they have this shirt that says Cody in the WWE shop now.
Yep.
It just seems coincidental that, it's the same font, same color, just different.
They
name.
rip off your shirt. They rip off Richard's saying. I mean, come on.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Alyssa.
Alyssa, what's up, kiddo?
It's daughter's night on Spanning the Globe.
Yes, it is.
It sucks.
Sounds like a shirt. There you go, Tomash.
Oh, let's don't get political.
Oh, man.
All right, glad to have you back. Okay, so as usual, we start off the show with the belt of the week, and I did not think to get that up here.
I would do that, Ashley. I would do that.
What you do?
She's gonna copyright it.
Oh, okay, yeah, it'd be a good idea. So I have the belt of the week this week, and let me see if I can get this shared. I'm trying to do it this other way here. Share screen. Here we go. All right. I don't know who the maker of this belt is. You see it up there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't have it on my TV, so I can't see. This is the Florida Heavyweight Championship. If it let me hit play. All right, there we go. There we go. I got these plates from Tracy Beeman, who used to do leather, and I did the leather on this belt. You got the I call it the rosebud tooling on the edges there. This was a very prominent belt in the championship wrestling from Florida show. Can we get that? There we go. Hide that stupid. Okay, but the plates are beautiful. Look at that orange, reds. I think this belt might be it was small to begin with, but I think this one's a little bit undersized maybe, but I love it.
I've always liked that one. And
then the middle side plate there has the wrestlers, and then there's a standard outer side plate that you see on some of the other designs, like this is a popular style in the early 80s. There's my maker's mark there. I put chrome snaps on it. There's the back. Nice. Now, I decided to go with a blue backing on this one. I don't know why. I just thought it would complement the blue in the main plate. You know, they're not on the same side.
I think it looks good.
It's my belt. I'm gonna do what I want to.
Yeah, definitely.
But don't know who the maker was. Tracy didn't know who it was, but he had them laying around. And he's got a lot of my money putting these plates on for sale.
You've done quite a bit of business with them, haven't you?
I have. Sure have.
Yeah, I love my European title that I got. That was a good one. The plates were nice.
And I have the belt right here. Here it is. Here's the belt right here. They go full screen. Show a little bit better color.
Yeah, I like the colors on that.
Yeah, it's kind of small, but I mean that belt wasn't big to begin with. Yeah. You had the Southern Heavyweight belt for Florida and Memphis. It was the same style, as well as the world class. Some of the world class belts were represented by this style, but they didn't have 6 side plates. They had 4. And then here's the backing, which is blue. Like a blue. It's hard to see the color. These lines.
I can see it
now. Yeah, I can see it.
It's all how the lights hitting it, Mark.
Yeah.
This blue, trust me. But very, very nice belt. I love it. But I did the blue backing because of the blue in the plates. Even though they're a different shade of blue, but that's it. So that's the belt of the week. I also still have a couple belts for sale. Pull that up. Let's see, where's that at? Hold on. There you go. Now I put the Hogan 84 up for sale last week, and it sold the next day. It was I had it on the show Thursday. I put it on the sales post on Friday. It sold that day. But I still have these 2 belts for sale. Let me share the screen here. Okay, I have this Georgia TV belt for sale. That is by Unique Championship Belts. That's his plates, but I put them on my leather. Has the same rosebud tooling, has black backing, and I'm asking $275 ship for that. And then I also have still have this Hogan 86. It's a CNC belt by Great Custom Belts. I'm asking $300 ship for that. I'm taking a loss on this. I just don't need that belt. I would love to keep it. I didn't really want to sell it, but I've run out of room, and I had a couple of belts that I wanted more than this one, so I'm letting it go. It's a beautiful belt. He did some great work on it.
It's a great belt.
Dual plated. And I've had these belts with me as well because pictures don't do it justice. Here's the Georgia TV belt. Go back full screen. You got the comments, Richard?
Yep.
Okay. This is Georgia TV belt. Now, it was known back in the Georgia Territory days, this is where it was featured at, was called the National Television Championship. And some people call it the 10 pounds of paint. Some people call it the crayon belt. It's got the same rosebud tooling.
Oh, so that's what they call it, rosebud?
I call it that. I don't know what it's actually called, but I call it rosebud, but because there's a flower in it. But I had tried to get it accurate size. I think it's really close. But it's a beautiful belt. I would love to keep it, but again, I don't have the room. And there's a couple of belts I want to keep more. And then here's the Hogan 86. Oh, it's heavy. Like I said, CNC, dual plated. And I'll show you the belt tip. This is not on my leather; it's on his leather. Here's the belt tip right here.
So,
Wow, that's nice.
That's the one that's got Hulk Hogan on it, on the tip.
No, it says world champion.
Okay, yeah, I have that same belt. Mine's got Hulk Hogan's name on the tip, so I asked.
World champion, and it's got the WF Block logo on it. But beautiful, beautiful belt.
Yeah, it is.
This is the second Hogan 86 I've owned, but I just not in love with it. I didn't really follow this stuff. The Hogan 84 is more important to me. I'm gonna get another one, but I'm asking $300 for this ship, and for the Georgia TV title, I'm asking $275 ship. And I have one more, but wait, there's more.
There's always more.
Always more.
I have this strap. I decided to. What was that?
There's a flare behind you.
Yeah.
What was going
on? This is a send out strap for the Premier Dome Globe. Why does it do that?
It just catches the light. Yeah,
it's the reflection off of the off the strap.
It's an aura.
This belt has magical properties.
Mark has an orb
on it. This is for the Premier Dome Globe only. It's not for the figs, not for the Fandu. It's not for a boot. It's for the Premier only, and I'm asking $350 ship for this one. It's ready to ship out. I've sold several of these. Get yours today.
I figured out what it is, Mark.
What's that?
It's the essence of Maggard just coming right off the belt. That's what it is.
That must be it.
Nah, it's extra. It's worth more.
Now it's worth more. Oh, geez.
The leather is blessed.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. It's a shame it hasn't sold yet. I just can't believe nobody wants that belt. I've seen several people post it out there, so I know it's a popular belt. It's not the most popular, but I really like it with the send out strap. I usually, every so often, if I have a piece that's not quite long enough for a 54-inch strap, I'll cut it out and do one of those.
I got one right there.
Yeah, you do. That's right. Put you on full screen. Show that off again. Yeah. And I had originally planned on leaving it unfinished, except for the die and the snaps, but and give you your choice whether you do as a full re-leather, which you cover the screws with the backing, or just do it as a send out. I want to go ahead and get it finished so I can roll it up and get it out of the way. And so it's going to be send out. It's $350 shipped. It will be in the belt sales post tomorrow. So if you're interested in any of those belts, hit me up after the show, or you can comment on the sales post tomorrow. Yes, it is. It sure is. As I mentioned at the top of the show, and you saw the 10 bell salute, we lost another legend, Colonel DeBeers. He was a very popular wrestler. Let's say popular. He was one of the big names in the AWA territory. And Ben could probably talk a little bit more about it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of information that I found on Colonel DeBeers. I just seen him wrestle a little bit. Let me find my page here.
Had a very legendary feud with Sergeant Slaughter over the America's title.
Yeah.
In the AWA.
What's up,
he was born William Ed Wiskowski, and he passed away on January 22nd following a short recurrence of an illness. It wasn't disclosed. He was formerly a professional wrestler known as Colonel DeBeers, but more recently a player and teammate for a few years in some league, Pebble Creek Softball League. He began his wrestling career in 1972. He became a star on the West Coast, primarily in San Francisco and Portland. He formed a successful tag team with Playboy Buddy Rose, who also gained national fame in the 1980s while working for the American Wrestling Association, AWA, which is Vern Gagne's territory. And I forgot to put the banner up here. I'm going to try to start doing this. Where'd it go? There we go. There we go. Back to what I was saying. He wrestled under several names, including Ed Wiskowski. However, he is best remembered as Colonel DeBeers, a pro-apartheid character inspired by South Africa's sensitive political and racial climate, which that was big back in that time. And I was talking to the guys before the show. I haven't read this anywhere, but I assume that the DeBeers name came from the DeBeers diamond people who have the diamond mines in South Africa.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ace, reach out to John with AJS belts. He might have that hookup for that.
For what?
You're talking about the Backlund belt, right? He wanted to know if you had the template for the Fandu WWF belt.
I think I do. I know I did. I think I do. Who asked that question? I don't have the screen up.
Ace Goodhart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got it. I've got the original factory strap because I did a related for one of those belts.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
In a rare 2003 shoot interview, DeBeers, he revealed the inspiration behind his most controversial character, which is the DeBeers character. As he explained, he had been wrestling in Europe for some time. When he returned to the States, he noticed a dramatic shift in the wrestling scene. And this is a quote by him. He said, business seemed to do an about face. And so you couldn't no longer just be a plain, ordinary guy. You had to dress it up. And, of course, I spent a lot of time in South Africa, so I was familiar with the South African apartheid and the culture and everything else. So it was natural for me just to assume that character. And so while he was wrestling for the AWA, he had a violent, racially charged feud with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. You remember that, Ben?
Yes.
That pushed the fans' limits.
Mm-hmm.
In a memorable moment, DeBeers blindsided Snuka during a match, sending him crashing head first onto the concrete floor. That sounds like a situation we'll talk about here in a little bit. DeBeers then delivered a pile driver on the concrete, leaving Snuka a bloody mess. Even for its time, the Colonel DeBeers character was too hot. Yet Wiskowski's transformation was so remarkable that fans who had seen him in other roles didn't recognize him. Upon hearing the news of his passing, longtime wrestling journalist Bill Apter, we all know who Bill Apter is, Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
One of the best.
He described Wiskowski as a really, really great heel. Great character in the days when characters weren't questioned. Everybody, even though he was Ed Wiskowski, nobody questioned when he returned to various territories as Colonel DeBeers. So I remember a DeBeers story that Larry Zbyszko told. And it involved Kerry Von Erich. He and DeBeers were wrestling. I guess this is when the AWA and World Class were merging. Kerry had lost his foot, and nobody knew about it. Nobody outside the family knew that he was wrestling with prosthetic. Well, DeBeers, I guess, went to do some kind of a leg lock and jerked the leg off of Kerry. And you have to hear Larry Zbyszko tell. It's on YouTube. He was just astonished. He had no clue. He had no idea because Kerry would shower with that boot on. And so he's sitting there holding this damn boot, like, what the hell? And he dropped the boot. Kerry grabbed it, rolled out of the ring, stuck his leg underneath the ring apron, put the thing back on, and got back in the ring and finished the match. But to hear Larry Zbyszko tell the story is priceless. He was just shocked. But he died at the age of 80. And so we wish him, or his family, our condolences from spanning the globe. And may you rest in peace, Colonel DeBeers.
Mm-hmm.
On another note, Mark,
not bad in the mic neither. He could get the crowd riled up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Sure he kind of mixed in a little accent and everything. So I remember him very well in the AWA.
I saw a little bit of his matches on ESPN when they brought the AWA to ESPN. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget Ron Trongard, that announcer had that distinguished voice. Yeah. He always called him Colonel DeBeers. He always had that growl in his voice. Made him sound even more ominous. Okay. So you have anything else to add on that, Ben? You followed the AWA.
No, I mean, yeah, I always remember him having the feud with Sergeant Slaughter when Slaughter was the America's champion, which was it was Vern Gagne's AWA title. So the figure that Vern Gagne came out with, that became the America's title. And then they had another version of it. But I always remember the matches with him and Sergeant Slaughter. Those stood out to me. And then I remember the Snuka feud too. So that's where the later days of the AWA. close toward the end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good wrestler. Good.
Yeah.
Good character.
I'm trying to find my picture. I deleted my picture. We are trying to work our way up to 500 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. And if you have any friends that are into wrestling or collecting wrestling belts, have them subscribe as well. And when we get to 500 subscribers, we're going to give away a Winged Eagle. It's a 4mm zinc dual-plated Winged Eagle plates by Unique Championship Belts, our sponsor, and on my leather. And I don't have the picture right now. I deleted out of the folder by accident. But we haven't figured out the details of the giveaway yet. But we got a little ways to go. I didn't check how many we had. We had 183 2 weeks ago. Last I checked. That is unacceptable. Be sure you like and subscribe and share the link to the channel, Wild World of Belts, on YouTube. And then we will have a giveaway. We'll talk more about that in the second hour as well. I'll try to get the picture up before then as well. So we do have a scammer alert this week. And I got to be careful with this one. So this scammer alert came about. It was Saturday, I guess it was. I had someone, I will not name this person, so I got to be careful about this because the guy's kind of mad at me now. But a gentleman reached out to me through Messenger and said, hey, you have a few minutes to talk? I said, sure. So he called me through Messenger. And to make a long story short, what happened was he ordered or didn't order a guy in one of the belt groups, and I won't get into that group either, had a couple of belts for sale. I think he paid $550 for these belts. This guy was over in the UK. And the guy in question that called me, he said, I need your advice on this. He said, what should I do about this? What happened was the guy shipped the belts, or he said he shipped the belts, sent him tracking through some kind of a third-party shipper. Somehow USPS was supposed to get involved in this. And it got stuck, presumably in customs. I don't know the details of all that, but supposedly it got caught in customs. It just hasn't moved. He bought these belts November 22nd. They got stuck. And I think on December 5th, and the details are kind of foggy on this, but he got a refund from the guy. The guy refunded him his money. But what he did, he didn't refund him in the original transaction. He used PayPal goods and services, which we always preach that. If you don't know the other party, use goods and services. And so he did that. The guy issued the refund, but instead of refunding in the transaction where he sent the money, he created a brand new PayPal payment in a separate transaction, which basically makes the seller look like the buyer. Okay, so somewhere along the line, I think sometime a couple weeks ago, I guess it was, he filed a claim and got that money back as the buyer because he put the shipping tracking number in that the second transaction. This is kind of complicated to explain. So the guy that bought the belts is out the money. He's out the belts. They still haven't been found. There's an argument there that the seller had told him that he had to go and contact USPS, file a claim, or have them track the shipment. And he did. But this guy, supposedly the seller, supposedly went to the same belt group where these belts were for sale, said that he had asked the buyer to go to USPS, and the guy didn't do it, didn't follow through, so he got the money back. And so there's a back and forth on this deal. Well, the buyer sent me a lot of different screenshots, and I asked him. I said, "Would you like to come on this show this week and tell your story? Because you can tell it better than I can." And obviously, he could because I'm fogging some of the details. He said he was a little bit camera shy and didn't really want to be on camera, but he also goes to bed early. He's in the Eastern time zone, an hour ahead of me, and he would think about it. I said, well, if you don't come on, would you like for me to tell your story? He said, yeah, that'd be fine. Do I have your permission to use your name? He said, yeah. So he had also talked to Kevin Davenport over at Double Dropkick about the same issue, and Kevin told him, you need to post this situation in the scammer groups, because and the reason why he wouldn't do it is because he said the guy sold his belts and is leaving the hobby, which was not the case. But he said that, and so he didn't really want to do that. And Kevin also had told him that he needed to contact his bank and file a dispute and get his money back. And I don't think the guy did that. I didn't think to tell him that, but I did tell him you need to go post that in scammer groups. He kept saying, I don't need to do that because the guy, I'm going to lose. If I lose the money, I lose the money. But I just need to let people know what's going on here. And I said, okay. So he wasn't sure if he wanted to come on the show. And so I was prepared to come on the show with these screenshots he sent me, but some screenshots were left out. And pertinent screenshots. I'm talking about timelines, dates, transaction IDs, because I needed to prove that this guy refunded the money in a separate transaction. So the transaction IDs, they should have been different. And this buyer, I'll call him the buyer, the guy contacted me, for some reason said he could not screenshot. He said PayPal won't allow you to screenshot. Okay, so I went over to my PayPal, screenshotted a transaction that didn't have any identifying information to show him where the transaction ID was. I said, all you have to do is screenshot this. There's no screenshot there. Yeah, there is. You can screenshot, but he couldn't screenshot. So he also said he had an email from USPS saying they had investigated and closed the case. They weren't able to find the package. I said, I need the date on that email to show that you did this before this guy filed for the refund. He said, there's no date on this email. Okay. So, yeah, there is a date. Every email has a date. So it's not on the screenshot. So that's why I said you got to get the date. You got to get a screenshot of the date. He want to do that. So we spent all day Tuesday going back and forth with this thing. In the meantime, he finally put the post up in one of the scammers in the belt and told the story. Well, the alleged scammer starts responding to this, and I kind of started getting involved in this deal. I kind of jumped in both feet, and my question to him was, because I didn't understand why you would refund somebody on a PayPal transaction in a separate transaction. And I said, can you reconcile for that? He said, well, he's got the tracking number. No, I'm not asking about the tracking number. I want to know, why did you file or send the refund in a separate transaction, which makes you a quicker buyer? He kept wanting to go back to USPS. No, this is PayPal. He wanted to argue with me back and forth. So I told this buyer, I said, hey, you need to post those screenshots to prove that you did this and that, and that he did this and that. He said, well, I proved my case. I'm done with it. My wife told me I quit bothering with it. And I said, look, this guy's saying this, and you need to prove otherwise. And he said, well, I sent you everything I got. I said, you need to show this. This is your stuff. You need to go on there because he's basically countering your argument. He didn't want to do that. He wanted that. So anyway, the other guy, in the meantime, is not answering my question, and I just got fed up with it. This guy doesn't want to cooperate with me. This guy doesn't want to cooperate with me. So I commented on the thing. I said, look, it looks like a classic case of he said. I wish you both the best of luck. And I washed my hands of it. Well, the buyer saw that, was very unhappy with me over the use of he said, and wish you both the best of luck. He said, I sent you everything I had. It hurts my feelings that you would do that to me after I spent all day getting you all the stuff. No, he didn't spend all day getting it to me. He spent all day arguing with me about it, saying he couldn't screenshot this, couldn't get this date, couldn't get the date. He finally did get me everything I needed, but by that time I was done with it. I was just done with it. Neither one of them wanted to argue with me. So he's blocked me. And so because he was in my group, I'm an admin in my group, I had no option but to remove him from the group, because you can't block an admin. In most groups, they have that rule.
Yeah.
My group, it's no different. I was going to leave him in, but he blocked me. You can't do that. That's against the rules. So that's automatic block. Nothing personal. I wasn't angry about it. Just enforcing the rules. But he's very unhappy with me. So if you see somebody out there in your inbox, because I understand, I left out a little key detail. He said he wasn't sure he wanted to come on the show. Didn't want to have his face on camera. He goes to bed early. He just really wasn't sure he was going to do it. In the meantime, I had a couple people coming to me saying that he had gone to them saying, hey, Mark's going to have me on the show. And I reached out to him and said, are you telling people you're going to be on the show? Because you told me you weren't sure you're going to. He said, well, I talked to a couple of people. They wouldn't tell you. Anyway, but if you get somebody in your inbox or in your group saying, "Hey, Mark Magger did me wrong. He betrayed me. He lost my respect. He disrespected me." Yeah, that's what happened. I didn't disrespect the guy. I basically just got tired of arguing. I got tired of fighting it, and decided not to go out on that limb. It's not my case to prove. I was going to give the guy a platform. He didn't want the platform, but he wanted me to present his evidence. That's not my job. That's your job. That will be included in my final thought. So, yeah, you can. Yeah, I do it all the time. But that's an interesting scam, and this is why I'm talking about it, because there was a scam involved. The guy took the money through PayPal Goods and Services, and then when the belts got lost, or maybe they weren't shipped, I don't know. They couldn't be found. Maybe he just gave him a fake tracking number. That does happen. He refunded him, not through the refund option, but he sent the money back to the guy as if he's paying him for the belts, which makes him the buyer now. So, yeah, if somebody does that to you, send the money back saying, "Hey, you need to refund me the original transaction."
The refund, right?
Yeah. There's no reason to do it to separate transaction. This guy knew what he was doing.
Because you could go back and file back.
Yeah.
And take that money back.
And I'm not going to mention the alleged scammer's name because I believe that's what he was doing, but because we don't know for sure, I don't want to mention the name. But since I upset the buyer, he's taken that post down. He said, "I don't need your help." No, he didn't need my help. He wouldn't, But if you're gonna, well, I'll just leave it for a final thought. But if you're going to accuse somebody of scamming, you got to prove your case.
It's got to be proven.
Don't give somebody else to prove for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to give you a voice, but you didn't want that. And I'm pretty sure he's watching tonight because he watched Kevin's show the other night. And when I told the story that he didn't provide everything, he called me a liar. He said, "I gave him everything." That wasn't what I was referring to. I was referring to the fact that he wouldn't make it public. I wasn't going to make it public. That's not my evidence. It's not my situation. That's his job. But he didn't want to argue. He didn't want to get involved with it anymore. I thought, well, if you don't want to get involved with it anymore, I don't want to get involved with it anymore. So
and we have that problem with makers too. They'll do that. They'll come to me, "Hey, this guy's scamming me." Well, post proof. Show proof.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, really.
Get screenshots. Show proof.
Yeah.
Show proof. If it's 100% clear, it'll work. It'll work out into your favor. Either he pays you or he disappears. Yeah.
But to the buyer, I'm sorry. I did not break my word to you. I was at work. You said you were at work and you spent all day getting me the stuff. No, you spent all day giving me reasons why you wouldn't give me the stuff. But you did eventually give it to me. By that time, I was done. I was just done. I'm not a defense attorney. So I just wanted to know for myself that this was actually the case. So you got scammed. And I told the buyer, and I stand behind this. I believed him. I just needed proof.
Mm-hmm. Pretty simple.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Not rocket
He wanted to make it difficult. Yeah. So thank you, Max. Thank you. My daughter made this for me. Ashley Southern Designs.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can get a Cody Sucks t-shirt on a WW shop. I don't know what they're charging for it.
Ashley would do a better job.
Yeah, Ashley did a better job.
Easily $30.
Yeah.
Maybe in some change.
But I'm convinced they're watching our show. They have to be. Or somebody on their behalf is watching, like maybe their attorneys.
Week, you would think they're watching, yeah.
Yeah. But if you are, hey, Triple H, hey, appreciate it.
Triple H, like I said, all I want is every shot belt. That's all.
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know, Tamaj. I don't know.
Right.
Don't know.
It makes no sense. You're gonna scream scammer, but proof's not there. But that happens a lot. It's just not this situation.
Post office sucks. Yeah. Wade, I just related a belt for Wade. I dropped it via USPS on the 16th. It's still not been scanned since it left Oklahoma. And 2 days later, I shipped the belt to Georgia. It got delivered on Monday or Tuesday.
You sent it on the 16th and he still doesn't have it?
No, 14 days later.
Unbelievable.
2 days after I shipped his belt to Ohio, I shipped a belt to a guy in Georgia. That belt got delivered Tuesday. It got stuck for about a week. But then I shipped UPS to a guy in Michigan, I think it was. UPS. It was cheaper. I shipped it on Friday. It got there on Monday.
Where does tracking say it's at right now?
It's in transit.
It doesn't say the city?
I think I missed that one. Jerry.
No,
it
it's
left
probably just hovering somewhere.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, one time I shipped a belt to a guy and it didn't move, and we called around and turned out it was under a sorting table in Oklahoma City. So I went to USPS yesterday and told them, "Hey, I got another belt stuck." And usually when I do that, it gets to moving again, but it hasn't moved since I was there yesterday. It's departed Oklahoma City Distribution Center on January the 18th.
USPS has been a pure nightmare since COVID.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, because I sold IWGP V4 to someone in New Jersey a few years ago. It went from here in Colorado to Seattle, Washington.
Oh, right to New Jersey. Yeah, just
appreciate that, Chris.
New Jersey, and I'm like,
jeez,
wrong way. But then I had sold a belt to somebody in Alaska, and they got to them in 3 days.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, what I did with the one I shipped UPS, I took the game board box, which I'm starting to get low on.
Turn it inside out.
Turned it inside out. Now it does say thank you for using priority shipping, but it doesn't say UPS or USPS on it. So they took it.
Yeah,
it got there from Friday. I think it was delivered on Tuesday.
Wow.
But no, Wade's belt, the last update I got was January 22nd, in transit to the next facility, arriving late. Thank you for the newsflash.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I'm hoping it'll start moving again here in a day or two. If not, I'll have to go back down there. I luckily I insured it for, I think it was $6 or $650 or something like that. But I'm gonna make it right. And as soon as I file that claim and get that money, it'll be delivered. That happened to me once before.
Oh, it'll probably be delivered the next day.
Yeah.
I had ordered some movies, and the same thing. It got the weather thing. It automatically got it because the seller messaged me and said, "Hey, look, it's going to be a little late." I said, "No problem."
Yeah. And I don't normally do this, but I want to do this today because we had 2 members of the hobby in my group that had birthdays today. We're talking about Mr. Stephen Hammer, who does the YouTube reviews on belts. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Stephen.
And to Joe Stasi. It's his birthday today as well.
Yeah, you were in the same mind thing because I was thinking about the same thing before. I swear we're in the wavelength.
So let me sing happy birthday, you guys. This is your birthday song. It doesn't last too long. Hey, there you go.
It's got a good beat and you can dance.
So there's a couple of guys that do a radio show here locally, and that's what they do. So
okay. I never heard that.
You never heard that song?
That version. That version.
Oh,
yeah. And yesterday was their birthday, so they sang themselves happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
So this is our birthday song.
Happy birthday, Hammer.
Happy birthday to you.
Check out Hammer's reviews on YouTube too. Also,
yeah. What's his channel called?
What is the name of it?
We weren't prepared.
I wasn't prepared for this. You put me on the spot.
I think it's just under his name, Stephen Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah,
put me on the spot.
Wade, if it doesn't show up by tomorrow or move by tomorrow, I'll go Monday and talk to him Monday.
Just put him on the scammer page.
Mark will go hunt that belt down personally.
Well, I shipped a belt to Phoenix one time and it didn't move. And so I called the local post office. The guy that I was shipping to in Phoenix contacted his postmaster who called Oklahoma. They found that box under a sorting table.
And somebody's using it as a step stool.
Yeah.
Up front.
Probably
a short guy.
Underneath the table.
So. Yeah. But happy birthday to Steven and to Joe.
Happy birthday, guys.
Now I know what Steven's going to do. Tomorrow night he's going to go to Texas Roadhouse and have some endless rolls.
You can eat rolls,
endless
man.
Rolls.
There you go.
Rolls.
There you go.
Cinnamon butter.
Their chili's awesome too.
I love Texas Roadhouse.
I haven't had their chili yet.
Their chili's awesome.
Yeah. Just went there a couple weeks ago. Great.
So we had Saturday night's main event last Saturday. What did you guys think of it? I actually watched it.
Pretty decent card.
It was a pretty decent card.
Happy early birthday to you.
I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Jacob Fatu really showed what he's made of.
Yeah, he did.
I missed that match, but I saw details.
Oh.
And I'll tell you why I didn't like that. It went, and I didn't catch the pill thing, the blood tablet or blood capsule. I saw that later. That was a terrible look. Yeah. But what bothers me about the whole thing is that you got a guy, huge guy, that picked up an ambulance and flipped it over. They get destroyed by guys smaller than him.
But that was the Vince crazy stuff they made him do. That's
I know.
Supposedly. But to me, this was like David and Goliath.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacob is not small, but he's not
He's not huge.
really. He's not huge. I would say he's a medium build.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
250, 260.
Somewhere around there.
And to see Braun Strowman get picked apart by Jacob Fatu, pretty good. I think they're going to start the ongoing storyline between them two.
Mm-hmm. And plus, Jacob was wearing a new Ulafala around his neck.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is going to lead, I think, Solo is going to be booted out of that group, and a new group will be started.
What's the new nickname they're giving him now? The
Samoan
tribal
werewolf?
wolf?
Samoan
the
werewolf.
tribal wolf or something like that?
The Samoan werewolf.
Okay, I thought it was the tribal wolf.
No, Samoan werewolf.
What did you guys think about the World Heavyweight Championship match with Gunther and Jay?
Good. That was good.
It was a good match.
It was a good match.
Yeah. Had a
that
good
night-
steady flow to it.
Yeah, that night I would have to say Gunther and Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, Jacob Fatu.
They didn't make Jay look weak in defeat.
No.
That was the thing that that captured my
Gunther
attention.
gave him his props, though. Gunther gave him his props.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure out whether Gunther wants to be a heel or a baby face.
That's just it, because they were just the past few weeks they've been pushing him in to be a face, and now he lately seems like they changed it to being heel. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
we got to mention the ultimate grab in the middle of the ring. Nia Jax on Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
She definitely got a handful of cheek.
She did. She did.
She hit her with that annihilator though, man. She's laying on her chest, on her
A
stomach.
lot of people were saying she hurt her ribs. How's it going, man?
Appreciate that,
David?
How's it
David.
going, man?
Hey, David, what's up?
Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate
Be sure you
you.
subscribe to Instant Classic Review on YouTube as well.
Check him out. Check him out.
Check that on Instagram as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like the Gunther match. I thought it was pretty good.
To me, I would have to say that has to be one of Jey Uso's best matches to date. Now, I do see Jay holding the world championship, but not just yet. Not just yet.
And of course, the night was capped off by the contract signing. And this is where this shirt comes into play here. Let me pull it up here. Find it here. Where'd it go? Oh, I didn't pull it up.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all in all, like Ben said, he would you give it a 7 out of 10?
7.5.
I'd say 7 out of 10.
But I saw this shirt and I was like, oh my goodness, I got a shirt just like that. Except the letters are the name's different. And so I called Ashley, or I sent her a picture. I said, did you make this shirt? She said, no, I didn't, but that's so cool. Yeah, I had to take that. You could get a good picture of the shirt because the belt kept covering
What's
it.
up, Skull Man?
How's it going, Skull Man?
Cod suck egg.
What's up?
Cod suck egg. Cod suck egg.
Yeah, I
Right?
don't like Call of Duty neither. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better picture. Put that one up.
Yeah.
But Mark, I just sent you the best picture regarding this. It's in the show chat.
Yeah, I know.
You got to share. Come on.
Well, I'll do it here in a little bit. But what I liked about this whole segment, other than the shirt, obviously, was when Shawn Michaels gave him sweet chin music. Sweet chin music. I can't talk. I got a delay in my
Sweet
Chin
chin
music?
I've got a delay in my earbuds, so
Are you hearing the dog doing its thing?
no.
My question is, do you think Sean got the itch again?
Does he have a
by
smile
doing
back?
that?
Did he find a smile?
Well, if he was with Sonny, did the itch ever go away?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, gee. Oh, Mark.
It's not even the second hour yet.
He still got it today, Mark. Come on.
I see this picture and I say to myself, what was Kevin smelling?
Yeah. Oh, that picture. Oh,
that picture. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You thought it was the Shawn Michaels picture.
I'll check it here a little bit. I'll check it. I gotta find it. I gotta get this other picture. Do I dare put that picture up there?
Why not?
Okay,
Why not? You're gonna.
All right, hold on. I gotta find it. That was I died laughing at that picture, but let me find it here. Jason, I'll get to yours here in a minute. Bear with me. I got download. I'm gonna download both these pictures.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that during the show.
Okay, I'm not talking about the picture in the show chat, Andy. I'm talking about the other picture with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna put that one up there. I'll do this one though.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me upload it. Where is it? Here we go. This is hilarious. Okay, here we go. There it is.
He's got his sunglasses
Mark,
on and everything.
When'd you get the ink done?
Look at only as I can look.
Look at all that ink.
Look at that ink, man. He's got that ink.
He's got barely. He's got barely like mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Man.
Except I don't have the tattoos. But that's funny. Okay, let me get to Jason's picture.
Yeah, I did miss that belt in the audience. I don't
Oh,
remember seeing it.
I think I heard about this.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Let me get up there. Okay. Yeah, I heard about this, but I didn't see it.
The night of the Royal Rumble, Chris going to be 54. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I heard about this. I saw something mentioned about it. Something about an LED belt. Why didn't that one come up?
Yeah, I heard about it and see it either.
We all thought it was the other one they were talking about.
Oh, okay.
I guess it has LED lights on it.
Is it lights?
Yeah.
Or is it just a light colored strap?
I'm wondering if it's just the way the lights
It
hit
looks like
the
it's just
stones.
behind the plate there. Don't look like it's ain't lit up or anything.
No, I think what he's talking about is the stones, but the rainbow colors tell me that's just prism effect. It's the
Yeah, that's
not
what I was
prism,
thinking.
not like prism, like a, you know what I mean? It
Was
does rainbow
changing. He
colors.
said. Yeah, he said it was changing
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
as the show went
I
on. Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
Kind of like Naomi's belt did.
Yeah,
hers lit up-
Naomi had that belt. Remember, she went and she hooked it up.
It lit up
Oh,
everywhere.
okay, cool.
Man, she got ripped for that one, and then they wind up letting her use it.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, Vince wasn't too thrilled about it. She did that.
Yeah. Vince
But
not
that's Vince.
thrilled. If Vince didn't come up with it, then
Not to
No.
mention, she FedExed it out. She FedExed it to the guy to do the work to it.
Yep.
I remember that episode of Total Divas when she did that.
Okay. But yeah, the beatdown on Braun, I missed that because my daughter showed up. I had to help her with something, and so I missed that match. But I watched the rest of it. I thought it was a good show. Up at
Jacob
that point.
is he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's the whole package.
He can pretty much do it all.
I'll give you that. I just thought it was a little too much for him to destroy a guy with the strength of Braun Strowman. I just thought that was a little unbelievable. I like believability in my fake wrestling.
You know, it's really funny too because when somebody gets in the ring with Nia Jax and they go to give her a headbutt to her head, she's Samoan. It's like hitting cement.
Oh yeah.
You got to play it. Yeah, you got to play it. And instantly go down to the ground after you hit her.
Yeah. But do you think it's over between Nia Jax and Rhea Ripley, or do you think there's going to be some more matches?
I hope it's over. I hope
gone
it's
too-
over.
gone too
Yeah.
long. I hope it is.
It came out of nowhere this time. You know, I guess they didn't have somebody for Rhea at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to that in a minute, Mark.
What's talking about?
A lot of Royal
Oh
Rumble
yeah,
talk.
we'll get to that. That's on the list. It just made the list.
You made the list.
That's right. I just saw that video a while ago where he did that to AJ Styles. called his mom, soccer mom hair. It made the list too. Kevin Owens was the Universal Champion.
Ooh, you just
Jericho
gave
used
me-
to be funny with that stuff. Today he's
You
not.
just gave me another
No.
entry.
Is he a heel or babyface? I really
He's
couldn't
a
tell.
heel.
Okay,
He's
He's a
heel.
very annoying heel.
he's always annoying.
I mean, just the stuff he's coming up with is just garbage.
I remember when he was in WCW. He was one of the Young Lions,
Oh yeah.
and
Yes.
he was a great wrestler.
Oh yeah.
And
I liked him
He's
when he
great
was
in the ring.
Lionheart, Chris Jericho.
Lionheart,
And
yeah,
he came
yeah.
into WWF and took over. He really did.
Yeah. And good for him. I think he's great in the WWE, but
Just now he doesn't need to be in the ring right now. He does
he
not.
should be done.
No.
He should be
Should
done.
be done. Yes.
Be a manager. Stay out of the ring, but be a manager or something.
Be a booker.
Booker, yeah, that would be better. Yeah. So then we come to Monday Night Raw, and I'm not going to go over the whole card, but we had where'd it go? Had it up here. Oh, come on.
Yeah, let's talk about the biggest, the baddest thing that happened on Raw. I mean,
I got video.
wow.
Yeah, we had the tag team match between the I keep calling them the Viking Raiders, but the War Raiders, is that what they're called now?
Mm-hmm.
Again,
We
going
call them the
against JD
Refrigerator
McDonough,
Raiders.
going against JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio,
Mhm.
which are the are they still in that faction? The
Yeah.
Judgment
what's the
Day.
faction? Judgment Day. Thank you.
Mhm.
And JD McDonough took quite a bump. I mean,
Wow.
He did.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. Let me pull that video up and we'll talk about this. This is a nasty bump. Pull it up here. Oops. Okay. Got to cue it up.
Yeah, he took a nasty bump.
Yeah, and I don't know how he didn't break his neck, but
I don't know how he finished the match.
I don't either. But here's the bump he took. That neck just folded like a cheap suit.
Yeah.
Let me bring it back.
Look
Talk
at that.
about whiplash.
Yeah, that's what I thought he had. But they're saying his ribs are broke.
He
Yeah,
broke some ribs.
punctured
Well, you got to see
He punctured a lung too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his neck went back and he hit it like right at his shoulders and his, the top part where the shoulders meet the back.
He hit
Yeah.
that
Right
hard.
there.
He hit hard.
Yep.
I mean, not to mention he came off the top rope with
Mhm.
impact.
Right
Yep.
there's where his rib got broke. Right there.
Yep.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
And his head just snapped forward like that.
And from what they're saying, when he walked up the ramp, he got behind the curtain and collapsed.
Yeah.
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 He went down.
Oh
And
man.
That's just.
he's out for the foreseeable future,
Yeah.
is what they're saying now.
I don't like the high spots like it. This is what happens when that's all you do is high spots like that.
Mhm.
Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm tired of them destroying the commentators table. That happens every freaking week.
Do you remember in the 80s, the 90s, they used to go after the Spanish announce team?
Oh yeah, the Spanish as at pay-per-views, the Spanish announce team's table was always the first to go.
Speaking of that, Monday Night Raw opened up with Spanish language.
No, that
Yeah.
was Saturday night.
Saturday
Champion.
Night Main Event?
Saturday night main event.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
First 5 to 7 minutes was in Spanish.
Yes, and like Richard said, I was looking for my SAP button. And sometimes what they'll do when they have big events like WrestleMania or something like that, they'll actually show you the Spanish Spanish language announcers, and they'll call a little bit of the matches. But this went on for 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I
So
switched over to Peacock to get away from it, and then I heard it was back, and it came back, and there it was back in English.
I'm used to watching the wrestling when it was on the Spanish channel. Like when you miss Monday Night Raw or whatever, they used to have it on the Telemundo or whatever it was, Univision. And I remember when the Spanish announce guy used to call out the honky tonk man's name, the honky donkey man.
Okay, donkey man,
I was like, oh my god.
donkey.
But yeah, that for it was at least what 7 minutes before they corrected it.
Yeah, and I don't have Peacock, so I was stuck watching on Netflix. But it was annoying, and
It was.
they never did release anything explain what happened.
No, I'm not saying a word about it.
Yeah.
I think it was just the broadcast issue. The mics were picked up.
That could be. So whose fault was it for McDonough getting hurt?
I agree with
don't
the
know.
guys.
Look.
I think he should have been protected. He should have,
Yeah.
But he came off that rope though. It looked like he kind of overshot.
Maybe
Yes,
he did,
that's
yeah.
what I was going to
That's true,
say.
too.
You said it right. You nailed it right on the head there. He went over.
Because just look how he sprang when he sprang off that rope. You can see the War Raider guy tried to back up to catch him.
Yeah, he put his hands like that.
Like he tried to catch him. So I mean, it was an accident.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
It does, and I'm surprised that that don't happen more often because everybody does a backflip off the top turnbuckle, off the middle rope over into the crowd. It's bound to happen.
I mean, Charlotte Flair does it.
Yeah. I just
And
don't like
moonsaults off the top.
And every
Used to
time
be
I
just-
see her do that, I'm afraid she's going to break her legs.
It used to be you only saw luchadors do it. Now everybody's doing it. Kevin Von Erich, he wouldn't do backflip. He would jump off this way and go backwards, but he wouldn't do a backflip or anything like that. But you rarely saw anybody do backflips off the ropes, except for luchadors.
He just sprang off
Yeah,
too high and overkilled it.
Yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit too. But before we get to anything else, we're stop at the top of the hour because we're in hour number 2. So I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. I sound drunk, don't I?
You're hearing the dog.
I think
It's
he
water.
did, Jay.
It's water, I swear. No, these earbuds, something in my computer, I get like a split second delay. So when I hear myself a split second later, it throws me off. So, but this show is sponsored by Marked Leather Championship Belt Leathery, by Ashley Southern Designs, who made this beautiful shirt for me and inspired the WWE to make a similar shirt. KO acknowledges his t-shirt chief. I just made that up. And by Unique Championship Belts. And also want to give a special shout out to Kevin Davenport and our brother podcast, the Double Dropkick Podcast. I got it right 2 times in a row. He's on every Tuesday night, and you can also catch him some Saturday nights when he has special interviews. And he had one this past Saturday. He's actually had the last couple Saturdays, hasn't he? But be sure you subscribe to his channel as well. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram. You can find his show sometime. Usually he'll simulcast on the our Facebook group, Wild World of Belts. But he would greatly appreciate. He's over 1,000 subscriptions, so let's get that up there. And if you're watching us on YouTube, this portion of the show is brought to you by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast. They help us with the subscription. They share the cost of that, which brings our cost down, and we're able to bring you this show on multiple formats. So we greatly appreciate the help. You can find them on the Apple Podcasts and on Linktree. And they are
There he is.
they are grandpa approved. Yeah, there you go.
Is
Well,
that Cletus?
yeah. Don't know, boss hog. Anything else happened or was of note? Oh, somebody mentioned in the comments that Sami Zayn accidentally kicked Cody Rhodes in the face.
Oh, Sammy got a bloody nose too, possibly a broken nose. Jason was saying.
Yeah. I missed that part. My middle daughter came over and I had to help her with her
Then
job
he
interview.
he accidentally kicked Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cody he kicked.
No, he
No,
kicked
he
Cody
tried-
at the end.
Yeah, it
he
was
kicked Cody at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. My bad. Yeah.
Which basic question we talked about before the show started is Cody going to slowly transition to heel?
Yes. Very slowly,
Well-
but I think he will be a full-fledged heel by SummerSlam.
I think Sammy's going to turn heel too.
Oh, I think so
And
too.
I think he's
Well, yeah.
going to tag up with Kevin Owens and fight Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. I can see it coming.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just don't think they should have high spots constantly in the match.
I don't either.
It should be
I don't
wrestling with the occasional high spot, but not constant high spots.
Wow, we're in the
Some
second hour
of
already.
the athletes live on that top rope. They just do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like that at all.
Second hour.
Oh, that's right. Cuddles has a Span the Globe Cup as well. You too can have one of these. If you contact Ashley Southern Designs, you can find her on Facebook. She does mail order, and this will hold ice for 3 or 4 days.
And the good thing is, Mark's gets free delivery.
I do, because she just lives 3 blocks down the street.
Can't beat that.
No, you sure can't. What else happened Monday night? Logan Paul, he's declaring for the Royal Rumble. Anybody surprised by that?
Not surprised at all.
A lot of people came out and declared for the Royal Rumble. You guys want to talk about the Rumble now?
We can, yeah.
Okay, I have my pick of surprise people. I'm hoping to see Wade Barrett. I'm hoping to see AJ Lee.
I think we're all hoping to see AJ Lee.
I have a feeling Corey Graves is going to be in it.
You think after what he did last week?
Pat McAfee's going to be in it, and they're going to take each other out. And, of course, AJ Styles is coming.
Is he?
Yes.
He's been hurt, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been very injury-prone the last
I got one for you.
2 years,
I think
3 years.
Another surprise entrance is going to be Joe Hendry, the new champion.
Yeah.
He will.
You believe Joe Hendry, don't you?
Andy believes it's going to be him.
And one half of the Noah Tag Team Champions, Omos.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just relinquished his title.
Relinquished the belt. Yep.
He just gave it away that he's going to appear.
Yeah, that's a plain giveaway.
He just handed off his title. He's
Liberty's
still technically tag champion, but expect Omos to show up.
I think Roxanne Perez. Is going to come up from NXT and be in the ladies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she's going to be in it.
I see a lot of people coming up from NXT.
Yeah,
she's definitely Julia.
Oh, Julia's awesome.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
At least those 3, I kind of expect to see.
NXT has an outstanding women's lineup. It's just amazing what they have.
Yeah. I like to see Jada Parker, but I don't know if they're going to bring her up.
I would love to see Jada Parker.
I would like to see Jada versus Bianca.
Yes.
I want to see that match more than Jada versus Bianca.
Kevin O'Keefe is not impressed by Netflix having Raw.
I've noticed the last 2 weeks it's been blurry for me a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So.
Nope,
doubt she does it. She just flip-flopped her character back.
Yeah, the story that they came up with for her is that she was just acting, and that she always was timeless Toni Storm. Come on.
Yeah.
But that's AEW writing, storytelling. It's just garbage.
Ooh.
I saw that video too.
I didn't see it.
I mean, he played it real good, or he did get hurt, because he did look like he got hurt in that video.
We'll get to Toni Storm here in a little bit, because I want to talk about Dynamite last night. I actually watched it last night.
Oh, why?
Well, I'll tell you why. You're in it.
Because Toni Storm, right? Mark?
No.
Come on, you can tell us. Come on.
No.
CM Punk dropped a little hint in his interview about a surprise that could possibly be happening. He planted a seed.
What about Hulk Hogan?
No. He planted
that was
AJ Lee making her return.
God, that's the last thing we need to see Hogan in there. Hogan, please, no.
Hulk Hogan.
Let's have Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair and end the career match.
Oh boy.
Charlotte Flair might be making a return that night.
I think it's a definite.
That was another one of my guesses. My bad.
Yeah, I think she's got a good chance. I mean,
they're going to give her a heavy push this time. I think
she's been gone for what? It's at least over a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well over a year.
At least, yeah. She's rehabbing a knee.
Yeah.
Are her and Andrade still together?
Yeah.
As far as I know.
They are.
Okay. Damn, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlotte, if you're watching.
but I gotta say, Kevin, the drones that they have, I love that view of the
I do
drones
too.
from all
I
over
like
the
that.
arena.
I do like that. Yeah, I like that part of it. But I'm kind of like Kevin. I don't like the ads in the ring, but I get it. It's a new company, a new ownership, and they're basically doing like they do UFC. They're trying to make it look like UFC atmosphere.
Yeah, but there's one logo of each, right? And Hogan's got 2 logos,
Yeah.
one on each corner.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's drink's not being represented anymore.
Well,
Thank
there's a
goodness.
whole thing. There's a whole thing going on. That's why they haven't advertised it and everything. He's got a lot of
Yeah.
lawsuits against him.
Oh, that's right. Hulk Hogan's a grandpa now.
Oh yeah.
No.
I didn't know she was pregnant.
Neither did I.
I did. Oh, sorry.
Were you there for the
Father?
conception?
No,
Right.
no.
Are you the father, Andy?
We'll
Is
call
You
this-
are
Mario
not the
Hogan.
father.
Is this something that you're not telling us?
I seen a picture of her pregnant. Man, she was carrying big. Man, she was huge.
Well, they're twins.
She was huge.
She was hot back in the day.
She was.
Well,
Now
she
she
went.
got-
She laid low for a while. That's why we didn't know about it.
Yeah. But I know even though she was married.
She was
Be
part of
honest
that. That show was terrible. Hogan Knows Best was just awful.
It was.
It was
You,
bad.
you take that show and you take Gene Simmons.
Oh,
Was
I
it
forgot
Family
about
Jewels?
that.
But his kids, you look at his kids, and then you look at Hulk Hogan's kids, it was like a train wreck.
Yeah. Mhm.
Gene Simmons'
Well,
kids seemed to
that
have a
was
head on their
fake
shoulders.
advertisement. Hogan
Yeah.
knows best. Hogan didn't
What
know
was
he was
Gene-
going
what
to
was
get
the-
divorced.
I forget what was Gene Simmons' show called? He had quirky, strange
Family
name.
Jewels. Family Jewels.
Oh,
Family
God.
Jewels.
Oh.
Yeah,
I actually like the show.
I actually
Come on.
watched all the seasons.
That's right up there with I Love New York and Flavor of Love.
Now,
Flavor
now,
Flav.
tell me this, Mark.
Flavor
Doesn't
Yeah.
his son look like a younger Gene Simmons?
I never thought about it, but his daughter's
Yeah,
beautiful.
if you look at him,
Daughter's
look
gorgeous.
at pictures of Gene Simmons when he was younger, and you look at his son, it's like night and day. They're like night and
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. But I like that show. Gene Simmons is very eloquent when he talks. Now I think he's a little out there as far as he tried to trademark the dollar sign as his trademark. I thought I was going a little overboard, but Gene,
Yeah.
if you're watching, like, subscribe. But yeah, I like Family Jewels. I wasn't so crazy about because Hogan's son. We know what happened with him. He had that
Yeah.
car wreck, was drinking, driving, and ended up in prison.
His
But it seemed
daughter
like he was
Sophie
always a
was
doofus.
his daughter Sophie was hot too.
Gene Simmons' daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Brooke Hogan seemed to be the only one in that whole family. Well, maybe his wife. But
With common
Brooke
sense.
Hogan's- yeah, hey, common sense, yeah.
Yeah, his wife had the brains in that family.
I missed that episode. Context, Mark.
Oh my God, Laverty.
Can we have some context on that, please?
You still trying to get that Netflix account, huh?
He's
Guys, I
Exactly.
just had a random good idea come to me.
He wants to
Do
Netflix
you,
and
do you know how they had GoFundMe?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna create a thing. It's gonna be called Go Cuddles, and we gotta look for a bride for him. But
There you
the
go.
requirement is she must have Netflix.
Go
He's
cuddle.
not
Well,
talking about Netflix
cuddle
and
me.
chilling. He's just
Mark
talking
want-
about Netflix and wrestling.
Mark wants to have Gene Simmons' tongue so he can Netflix and thrill.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm here till Friday. Rim shot. Rim shot.
Here to Friday, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
He's trying to alternate cuddles that tongue.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne show was a little out there too.
Mm-hmm.
You think I sound drunk? It's really a shame. what
Talking
he's
about
Even
somebody
drunk-
that killed somebody's push when he said Chris Masters should wear a bra on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, man.
Killed that guy's character, man. He just assassinated his character.
Right?
So let's talk about AEW Dynamite. Did anybody watch that last night?
We have to.
I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet.
I missed the last half of the main event of the closing match. But I knew what was going to happen. Mercedes Moné retained the title. I get that.
Did you see What about Moxley's promo?
It was terrible.
It was bad. Oh,
it was awful.
He sounded like he was confused.
Yeah.
But that's true of all AEW storylines, Ben. They don't know what the hell
I was going to ask, do I need a translator? Do I need to turn on the SAP for this? I mean,
yeah. Then we had what was the beginning? I already forgot some of that night. Before let's talk about what happened prior to Dynamite. We had Toni Storm coming back, and now she is back to timeless Toni Storm, and she's gonna rip somebody's tits off, I guess.
Oh Jesus!
What's her saying? Tits out and something
like that. But she told Mariah May she's gonna rip her tits off.
Yeah.
I don't like her doing this smearing the lipstick thing.
Yeah.
Just go back to being,
athlete Toni Storm when they first came in. This garbage of timeless.
Well,
is just
I wouldn't argue if she did, but that's just a different. That's just me saying it.
Yeah. But the reason why I watched Dynamite last night wasn't because of Toni Storm, wasn't because of anybody on the show, but a guy that's from my hometown that grew up here where I grew up. I know his sister. She worked for the agency I worked for at one time. And his parents used to run a cafe here before they retired. But he lives in northern Oklahoma, and he actually went to Huntsville, Alabama to watch that show. And he posted pictures. He got a front row seat. He got a selfie with Tony Schiavone. And when Dynamite came on the air, I didn't see him. But I'll tell you who I did see. Mark the Moose Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Front row center. I mean, you couldn't miss him. He's right there. And I looked at it, I thought, is that Mark Cyrus? And I remember
he was everywhere. I mean, he just was always on the move.
Well, I remember when I saw that, I thought, is that Moose? Then I rememred he had posted earlier today that he was flying to Alabama. I thought, I bet that's him. And sure enough, it was. And very animated, looked like he's had a great time. He'd stand up and, hey, go get it, go do this. It's great. And then the guy, his name's Randy. He didn't live here anymore, but he grew up here. He was on the hard camera side, so I didn't get very many shots of him. He was sitting almost exactly opposite of Moose, but to the right a little bit. And he had some great angles.
He sure did. He had the best seat in the house.
And I'll tell you who else was at that show last night. Super Dave.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I didn't know that till today. He posted he was there.
Okay.
So it was AEW. Oh, yeah.
MJF
attacked Jeff Jarrett. That's another one that has to retire is Jeff Jarrett.
MJF, they're putting he's a couple years ago, he was the hottest thing in the whole wrestling world.
Yeah.
And now you're putting him in a storyline with Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah. The first match was I'm drawing blanks on names. Oh, who's the guy from Australia? Not Jay White.
I know who you're talking about. The name's not to me.
Yeah, and he lost the match, or he got beat. They got gang attacked, and then here comes Kenny Omega out. And he gets. Did he have a health issue?
Yeah, he had part of his intestine removed.
Okay, Crohn's disease, wasn't it?
I think so,
or something.
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, he had part of his intestine.
No, it was. It wasn't that. It was. I can't think of it.
Diverticulitis.
That's it. Yeah, diverticulitis. Yeah, I didn't know he had surgery for that.
Oh yeah, he was.
Will Ospreay. Thank you.
It. Yes, it's Will Ospreay.
There you go.
Yeah. They came to his rescue, and then he gets a beat down.
Are you talking about Kenny Omega?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when Kenny Omega, what I thought was hilarious, he came in with a chair, and I can't remember who the guy was standing opposite of him, but he's standing there waiting for Omega to hit the other guy. And then he decides to attack. It's like he's waiting for his cue. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty good show overall. But I still think the booking sucks. I just think their storylines have no direction.
Makes no sense at all.
I think they do like we do on our show. They wing it. I think it's what it is.
But we do a much better job.
Yeah, we do a much better job. But But I think Tony Khan gets him backstage and say, well, here's what we're going to do tonight, guys. Scratch what we had on the paper. Let's do this instead because this is the mood I'm in right now. And
well, you know what he does, right?
Mark, he's doing now what Vince McMahon did years ago and just everybody got so upset with.
He pulls up the trunk.
Yep.
And he opens it up. He brings out his ring and he brings out the wrestlers and he said, look, guys, this is what I want you to do.
Do you remember that scene in that movie Con Air where he's planning out the escape in that boneyard? He takes a stick, he's drawing stuff in the sand, has a rock here and a can there. That's how I think Tony Khan does his booking. Very primitive.
Yep.
What's that? That's a rock.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. You should be a producer for Span the Globe. Yeah.
The 10:30 hour.
Yeah, that's it.
The After the Show podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. But I thought the Jay White match was pretty good. There's a couple of things in there I saw where they were waiting for their timing. It wasn't a good flow. I just can't get past Jay White with the long beard because I remember when he was in New Japan.
Yeah.
He clean cut and still an ass, but that he's a good heel. But
yeah, I remember when he came out without the beard when he was younger.
I loved it when Moxley said, "You don't need to see the title because I am the title."
Yeah.
Huh?
Right. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Ricochet's terrible. He's not good on the mic.
Yes, it's horrible.
Not good on the mic. But yeah, Jay White was taking on Wheeler Yuta.
Mm-hmm.
And that I thought it was a pretty good match. There was a couple of timing things that were a little off, but I thought as far as performing, I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
The booking still sucks, but I got to see 3 people I know. Well, 2 people I know. I knew about the other one later. But Super Dave was there. Looked like he had a great time. I think he lives in Alabama or Mississippi.
Did you see him on TV? Could you see him on TV?
Not Super Dave, no.
Super Dave? Okay.
No, I didn't see him. I don't know where he's at, but yeah, it would. Sure would. Yo, Jerry, thanks for watching.
What's up, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
But I thought it was decent, but I still think the booking sucks.
Be cool if we had his budget.
Yeah, it would. Be all right. But I don't normally watch AEW Dynamite. The only reason I watched it last night is because I knew that my hometown buddy was there. And we actually I met him one time, and it was downtown here last year. There was a kind of not a class reunion, but a school reunion, and I got to talk to him for a little bit. He's a big wrestling fan.
I usually watch Dynamite the first thing in the morning on a Friday when I wake up.
Yeah, I had it recorded.
NXT, and then I watch TNA.
Okay. And let's go back to WWE for a minute because something came up today, and I think you guys saw it too. I guess Mandy was on a podcast and took issue with Tiffany Stratton using her "Respect on My Name" slogan.
I honestly don't remember her saying that.
I don't either.
Being honest.
Yeah. Put some respect on my name is the actual comment.
I hate to tell her that line's been out for years.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing. WWE or Vince McMahon in particular, he was in charge at that time when Mandy was there. He creates these characters. He creates their slogans. I mean, that's all he's doing. She doesn't own that. She didn't trademark or anything.
No.
So I think that's a little arrogant to claim a slogan that you didn't make up.
Right.
And it's not even original.
No.
Would you agree, Ben?
Yeah. You just can't claim something just because you said it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it hers.
Yeah, it doesn't make it hers. I mean, it's a common phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nothing, there's nothing that
Mandy.
Somebody try to do it on purpose or something.
Mandy. Do you know who I am?
I'm gonna trademark the word "it," and every time somebody says "it," I'm gonna sue them.
Right?
I hear the dog cleaning himself in the corner, man.
I'm gonna copyright the F word, and every time somebody says it, I get thousands of dollars.
Right.
No, you need to copyright the coast to coast, post to post comment.
Man, only if I could.
He's gonna have to go settle it with Jacob in person.
I didn't hear Jacob say it. I heard one of the comments.
Oh, I did.
Speaking of copyright, did what's his name ever find that paperwork?
No.
I actually sent that to you, Mark. I think I sent it to you.
Mark's got the photo. There it is. See, Mark's got the photo. He's still looking.
I'm gonna find it. No, you're not.
No,
You're not.
Right.
He said, "I'm gonna go search for the paperwork," but actually, it was.
Hey yo.
Yeah, Leah Bear, you found it. Yeah.
That's a common phrase.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
I've heard. Where?
I wonder where I heard that before.
I don't mind. I borrowed it from somebody else. I didn't create it.
Do you remember that old slogan, "Be kind, rewind"?
Oh yeah, for video game.
Yeah, when you rent videos, they used to have the sticker on it, "Be kind, rewind."
Blockbuster.
Best thing about Blockbuster was going to the wrestling section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man, just looking at all the videos they had. Oh,
you know what section was better to go to with the mom and pop video stores? That one that was way in the back behind.
I knew you were gonna say, way in the back
behind the revolving doors.
Before I forget about this, I want to come back to this. I was talking about I like a little realism in my fake wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring back, instead of having all the high spots bouncing off top rope, let's have a good old fashioned wrestling like the chicken wing.
Oh Jesus!
Tap out.
But
is that grocery store porn?
Hey, that match is kind of raw, man.
You're gonna get us kicked off. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that,
Mark. Are you gonna wrestle me or are you chicken?
We're gonna lose. We're gonna get in trouble for that, Mark.
Peter's gonna come after us.
That's Kroger porn.
No,
come on.
No dead chickens were harmed in the taking of that picture.
Right. No dead chickens were harmed.
Somebody had a little too much time on their hands.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. Make a wish.
Yeah, I'll say.
It's terrible.
Make a big wish.
That wasn't funny.
That match is pure poetry.
He's making me mad.
You're making mad.
Yeah.
Who are you people?
I don't know.
Just here.
Yeah. Something else came up. I just saw this, I think today. I think you guys saw it too. Let me share this.
Oh, how could we forget, guys? Triple H, first nominee for the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's in already as part of DX.
Yeah, but he's going in as himself.
But this will be him by himself.
Assassin. Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. We'll get to that. It's on the list. But let me find where'd my picture go? There it is. Okay. Share my picture screen. There it is. Asuka has been very active on Twitter last day or two.
She sure has.
Apparently, she's having some issues with some fans.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's had some fans get a little bit too close to her, make her feel uncomfortable. The middle tweet there. I've been feeling in danger recently. I've already consulted the police. At this rate, even if fans approach me at the airport or in the city, I will feel the possibility that something might happen, and it will scare me, making me unable to respond. And then she goes on to say that I absolutely reject any romantic or personal approaches toward me. There is absolutely no possibility for others to interfere in my private life. And then the bottom tweet there, I'm not sure which order these are in, but she said, please don't have romantic feelings for me. It's meaningless, 100% pointless. Well, that breaks my heart. And then a later tweet, maybe it's an early tweet, she has this. Every time I achieve a victory or set a record, people desperately search for what I haven't obtained yet and say, you still don't have this. That system is endless, and I'm sick of it. I want them to stop obsessively looking for what I haven't achieved. Their way of thinking is just too negative. So, who's being negative here? Was a WrestleMania win or loss ever considered a title like winning the Royal Rumble? This is just an issue that someone forcefully brought up against me. It's absolutely ridiculous. So she's got an axe to grind against fans here lately. I don't know what's going on there. All we're seeing is her tweets.
She's probably getting stalked by some.
That could be.
Yeah,
could be.
she's getting
Some
stalked at
nut
the
job,
airport and
man.
stuff like that.
I mean, the thing is, there's rumors that she's actually married and she has kids.
Really? Okay.
She just don't show that part of her life.
Yeah. Well, they are
and
people just like us.
That's understandable. I
Yeah.
get that. I get that. You shouldn't have to let us know your business like that. It's not our business if you're married and you have kids. But yeah, I saw a bio about her and she has kids and she's married.
Did not know that. I knew she was a computer gamer or programmer.
That's the smart thing to do when you're in the eye of the public. I mean, you know, it's up to you if you want to put that out there, you know.
But dealing with the creeps that literally attack them at the airport, those people are just go way.
Well, look at Rhea Ripley with the guy coming up to her. She got scared.
They go running up on Rey Mysterio at the airport.
Well, I can think of two examples. You got the guy that went to Arn Anderson's house with a belt to get it autographed.
Yeah.
Then you had the guy approaching somebody at the airport, I can't remember who it was, just to get them to sign a bunch of memorabilia. They were going to turn around and flip.
That was Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
That was Rey Mysterio.
That's right.
And Rey was like, "Oh, I'm only going to sign a couple of them," and like, come on, man. There's a time and a place for that. These people are trying to get from one spot to another, is with the least amount of resistance and trouble as they can. You can't be respectful towards that, and one of these wrestlers end up beating your ass because you come running up on them. You found out. You messed around and found out.
They asked for
and Asuka's in her mid-40s. She's probably looking at towards the end of her career.
She's made a lot of money doing computer programming. Program games or something.
She works for Microsoft.
Okay, I didn't know that. I knew she worked for a computer company.
She's an analyst with Microsoft.
Doesn't she have a twin sister, Ben?
That's a rumor. I don't know if that's 100%.
Oh, I hope so.
No, I think that hasn't been confirmed, but I did.
She's got a brother. She's got a brother named Oscar.
Yeah.
You know,
oh no,
but that was terrible, right?
Oscar and Oscar. Oh jeez.
You got Oscar and Aha.
Yeah, right. He just threw me off my train of thought.
Sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry.
No, he was this other guy up there.
But I would like to have a little bit more context. So was there a particular thing happened, or was a series of things that happened? I'd like to kind of know what happened.
Remember, Sonya Deville?
Yeah. That guy was
the intruder. Yep.
Oh, right. That dude broke into her house.
Yeah, he was at her house.
He was going to kidnap her.
Wasn't Mandy Rose there at the time it happened?
She was her roommate. She wasn't at the house when it happened.
Yeah.
But they were roommates.
That's right. Fan went to Jim Cornette's house. That's right.
Fan went to Jim Cornette's house. Like,
I mean,
that's crazy.
You got to remember these weird psycho fans show up at their hotels. They find them in the hotel. Sometimes they work at the places. I forgot where it was. I think it was Disney. One of the wrestlers were being followed in Disney, and they were taking videos and posting it live.
Was that Kevin Owens?
They do not respect their privacy.
Was that Kevin Owens?
I think so.
I think that was
Kevin Owens. Yeah.
It was.
Also Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona, they go to Disney a lot.
So does
Alexa
Bliss. Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Give it a break. There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
You know, if I seen them, I probably say, hey, can I take a picture? Thank you. Go on about. You know.
Yep.
All on asking for a bunch of autographs and all that other stuff. These people got a private life too, man.
Yeah. I realize that they're famous and autographs are very tempting, but just be respectful. I mean, I see people go to not just wrestlers but other celebrities while they're eating in a restaurant and ask for an autograph,
or they're out with their family. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, be respectful. I mean, some celebrities are cool with it, most aren't. So don't expect.
You know who gets hit up all the time when he goes out in public with his wife? Matt Hardy.
Who's that?
Everywhere he goes, Matt Hardy.
Really?
They go out in their town in North Carolina.
Huh.
He gets hit up with pictures all the time. It's like a meet and greet. It turns into a meet and greet.
Yeah. Wow. So we can get back to
they showed up to the Rumble, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
They could. They're part of TNA. They're part of TNA's roster.
Anybody part of TNA could be part of it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the Hall of Fame. Triple H has announced he's going to headline this class, Hall of Fame class, and he was floored.
He was sidelined because they came out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys seen the video.
I did. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker came out.
Yep.
And told him, and I knew this. I thought I knew this, that they acknowledge he's a member of the Hall of Fame as part of the Generation X, but he is going to take his rightful place on his own right. And I think it's well deserved.
Assassin.
Let's just hope that this maybe is the beginning of positive things, like getting people in there that should have been in years ago, like Cornette and the Midnight Express, Ivan Koloff, Nikita. I mean, on.
How about removing the Hollywood side of the Hall of Fame? Let's not do the Hollywood side anymore.
Yeah, I could deal without. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we don't need the holiday part. How
about they actually build a building for the thing?
Yep, demolition.
That was my next thing.
Brick and mortar.
There you go. Ask you shall receive.
I didn't even see that, but I just
you can't see it.
Now, do you guys think Batista should be in this year? I think it's too early for him to be in.
Others need to go before him, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll say
Yeah.
Well, Triple H should get in not just for his wrestling accomplishments. Look what he's done with the company since Vince left.
Yes.
He's been doing it over 20 years.
He's put on great shows.
Being Vince's right-hand person and, over 20 years.
Yeah.
Look what he did with NXT. My God.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, NXT was becoming the top brand.
Yes.
And that's when Vince pulled Triple H over the Raw.
Yeah, he pulled.
They did that terrible NXT 2.0 garbage. Thanks, Vince.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Vince.
But I want to add on to this. Not just should they build a brick and mortar. Somebody, I think it was Cuddles, suggested it should be built in Florida, by the training center.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
But for those of us who can't just get in the car and head to Florida, because that's a long drive for most of us, I think they should have some type of a traveling exhibit. They have all those semis with the equipment, the crews, the rings, all that stuff. Have another semi full of mobile exhibits and change it out every so often.
Years ago, they had that. It was called Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, they used to do.
I know is I went to one here, and met Hillbilly Jim and Jimmy Hart, and so I have that picture somewhere, and I had a spinner. I had my spinner belt, the Cena spinner belt from 2005. That's how far back that was. So they did have some. I don't know why they stopped, or they could make it like kind of like a Disneyland, Disney World type of thing, and have multiple sites throughout the country, throughout the world. You can do one in Europe. Or do a few in Europe. You can do one in Japan. You can do one in Australia. So then when those stars come there, those stars come there, and they get to see some of the old belts, some of the old gear. They had the WWE show where they were hunting down all this gear and stuff. Why are you guys hunting all that down for it to sit in the warehouse?
Well, like that trunk full of belts is just thrown in there. They're all tarnished.
Yeah.
Polish them up, put them in the truck.
It's like they don't even care about it.
You don't even have to polish them up. Just put them out on display.
Yeah, show them ring used.
Just white them off, ring used. Put them out.
Why not have set up the old Titan Towers as the
They can't. They sold
the
it.
Museum.
It's sold.
They could have did it before.
Well,
yeah, they could have, but
makes too much sense.
Who wants to visit Connecticut?
Yeah, true. But I see people all the time taking pictures in front of it.
I apologize to anybody that lives in Connecticut.
I apologize to anybody that's watching. It's named Dusty.
I've been there. Nobody wants to go to Connecticut or Cleveland.
WWE access.
Okay? You can try to talk bad about Chicago all you want, but I bet we get more tourists there. Yeah, you could put sites all over the country and just yeah, that's what I would suggest. If that was me.
Yeah.
You remember years ago they had WWE New York.
Yep.
Down there in Times Square.
The restaurant.
Yeah, they had that because they was trying to copy off of Hard Rock Cafe.
It didn't go very far, did
it? The New York one stayed for a bit. I knew they were trying to put one in Chicago. I think Houston and LA. I think, if I remember correctly, but it just didn't take off. They had WWE Niagara Falls. I don't know why you put it in Niagara Falls, but okay. You can expand that, man. I think if they had a WWE in Denver, a place up in Denver, I would go. I would go every once in a while just to see the stuff on display.
Just have one down the line, you know what I mean? Have one in, like Mark said, put one in Florida, put one in New York, put one in, Chicago,
Dallas,
something like that. Dallas.
And just, they travel all the time. Just take a belt from Florida, take it up to Denver or Dallas, stuff like that. Switch them out. Just mix it up. Okay, let me pull this picture up real quick. I also want to mention something. I didn't plan on talking about this. I actually forgot until just now. Last week on this show, we had somebody make a couple of very disturbing comments. It's a fake profile, but we're pretty sure we know who it was.
Yeah.
But we try to keep the show family friendly. I didn't put those comments up on the screen. But if you're watching and you know who you are,
he's watching. He's watching.
That's just disgusting. There's no reason to do that. We're not reaching out and attacking anybody, but you want to do that on this show. We have young children watching with their parents. We have women watching. Have some of my family watch. Just be classy. Don't look to pick a fight.
Either that or don't say nothing at all.
Yeah, stick to your own crappy YouTube channel.
Right.
But thank you for watching, by the way. Thank you for the view. But speaking of views, we are, I think, around or just under 200 subscribers to the YouTube channel, Wide World of Belts YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. If you have friends that are in the belt hobby or interested in belt collecting or love professional wrestling, have them subscribe as well. And once we get to 500 subscribers, we're going to have a belt giveaway for this belt. Not exactly this one. It's going to be exactly like it. Same plates, same leather. I'm trying to get rid of this banner. Sorry. There we go. Same plates. These are by Unique Spirit, Unique Championship belts. It'll be on my leather. Once I get the plates, I'm going to put them on the leather. It'll have a belt tip on it. 4 millimeter zinc, dual plated, beautiful CNC belt. And we have to hit 500 subscribers. So help us out and help share the love of the hobby and share the love of the channel and the show. We greatly appreciate that. But that's the belt right there. Or one will be exactly like it. And once I get it, it'll be ready. And once we hit 500, we'll figure out a way to give away this belt. So
that's awesome.
Speaking of giveaways.
Yeah. Talk about it.
That right there. So sometime tomorrow evening, I will be giving away this to the Championship Belt Brothers. I already closed the event, but have that Winged Eagle. Very nice belt, pretty decent belt. It's free. Nice. Unless you're international, you have to pay for shipping internationally. And we'll work that out. But here in the United States, if you're in the 50 states, that's right, I said 50 states. I don't charge anybody extra to ship to Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, Hawaii, or Alaska because that's all USPS. So that right there, you will have a chance on the randomizer to win that belt. So I will be doing the drawing tomorrow. I've already closed the event, but Join Championship Belt Brothers. We like to do stuff like that. Join Wide World of Belts. Love
I
those
missed my entry.
wrestling belts. Join us.
Hey,
All
Andrew.
around.
Hello, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, what's up? No.
Yep.
And I still have a couple of belts for sale. I have this belt right here. The Georgia National Television Championship. This is before they came up with the World Television Championship. Oh, look, it's got the green screen effect.
Yeah, look at that.
I didn't catch that. That's
Oh,
green
yeah,
paint.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is by Unique Championship Belts on his plates, but I put it on my leather. Got the marked leather trademark there. Got the rosebud tooling. I call it rosebud. I don't flower tooling. And American leather. And this is for sale for $275 shipped in the United States. If you want this belt and you can, you got the funds for it, hit me up after the show. And if you want to think about it, it will be on the belt sales post tomorrow. So you can hit me up after that. And I also have this belt here for sale. I have the Hogan 86 CNC belt. This is by Great Custom Belts, Masad Ali, dual plated CNC plates, beautiful on his leather. It has a beautiful belt tip on it. It has a world champion. It's upside down. I can't figure it out here. There we go. It has world champion on the tip. Nice heavy tip. It's got the WWF block logo on the stamped on the strap. And I'm asking $300 ship for this one. I had somebody act like they were interested, but they dropped out. But I also had somebody ask me about the Georgia TV Championship. So I'm starting to get some interest on it. So if you're thinking about it, you might want to jump on it before it's gone. But beautiful belts. I need the room. So got to get rid of them. I also have a send-out strap for the Premier Dome Globe. This is for the Premier. It's not for the... Oh, here we go again. This is not for the figs. It's not for the Fandu.
You can tell when the old guys are getting tired.
Yeah. It's got the lace strap. Beautiful. It's already punched for the holes. The Premier will fit this because the holes will line up. I've had some earlier versions of the Premier. I did one time, and they were just a little bit off. So you might have to, depending on which version you have, you might have to fix the holes a little bit. But it's got my stamp on the male side over here. And I'm asking $350 ship for this one in the U.S. And I've been selling a few of these. Every so often I'll make a send-out strap for this. And when I have a little bit extra leather that I can't do any other belts with. But I'm asking $350 ship for this. It will also be on the sales post tomorrow. So be sure you hit me up for that. If you have a Premier, I know several people out there have a Premier Dome Globe on the factory strap. Yeah. The speed holes in the plates. Yeah. I didn't think about that green paint. Let me pull up the picture of that belt so you can see the green paint. Where'd it go? But I'd like to get there right now. I keep them in a bag under my bed because I don't have room on my display. I have more higher priority belts on there. Okay, here it is. Let me pull the screen up. We're winding down the clock here, guys.
Mm-hmm. I know, right?
There it is. There's the green paint. So you know there are no holes in the plate. I'm guessing that green Italy flag over there had the same issue. But that's on my leather. It's got the flower tooling or rosebud tooling, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful belt. I really don't want to sell it, but I have a couple more belts that I'd rather display, and I don't want this just sitting there collecting dust and whatever else could happen. They call that the 10 pounds of paint or the crayon belt. Beautiful, beautiful belt. The belt was held by Ronnie Garvin, by Jake the Snake Roberts, and I think Bob Roop was one of the champions. And if there was another champion, I can't remember. But well, hit me up, Scott. Stephen Hammer likes it. I know.
Buy it.
Buy the belt.
Buy it.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that extra?
Oh,
is that extra?
was that the dog again?
Yeah. It's like,
Is that extra?
my wife came home. I must have went there to annoy her.
That's a
Yeah.
bonus.
I work from home, and my work desk is right over there. He'll sit there, lay on the floor behind me, and I'm on the phone with the client. You know?
Mark that sound effect. It just
And he's like, ooh.
That's what it sounds like.
I know, but you know.
And he's like, it sounds too real to me.
Oh man.
Just keep the toys away from the background.
Damn it.
Yeah. I'm having fun in that, guys.
Oh,
Don't forget to get your cup from Ashley Southern Designs, or get your Dusty Sucks Eggs shirt. She probably do Cody Sucks Eggs too if you want.
she
it.
can make you any shirt you want.
Any shirt. She's made several for us.
Yep.
I need to get the kind of the powder blue one that has with the red letters says "I broke Wahoo's leg." Greg Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Or the Dusty Rhodes Son of a Plumber shirt.
Yeah. Chris, I don't have a picture of that belt. I've seen it. Max McGall's, he made a tribute belt for the Von Erichs. It's a red, white, blue strap. It's a Texas flag. I think one snap box has the blue field with a star in the middle, the Texas star on it. Beautiful plates. The main plate has the Von Erich brothers on it. Each side plate has one of the brothers featured on there. So
I think my
he's
next one
posted
is
it.
gonna
So
be the
if you go to
podcast
MW
shirt.
Belts, if you go to MW Belts or go to Max McGall's Facebook page, you're bound to see that belt somewhere. So
It's
beautiful
pretty good.
belt.
Pretty nice.
If I
Nice.
was anywhere in the of Kevin Von Erich, I'd probably buy the belt and have him autograph it for me. But Max McGall's is a Von Erich fan. He's a wrestling fan. Does great work. Great work. Have I overlooked anything tonight, guys? Have we forgot anything?
No, I think
I
we touched
don't
about
think
on
so.
everything.
Okay.
We didn't. One last thing: Royal Rumble predictions. Who do you think gonna win?
I think CM Punk will win.
I think CM Punk will win. Yeah.
Who do you think is going to help him?
I think a favor is going to be called upon.
I think. Remember, he's owed that favor.
Owed
Plus,
that favor.
I think it'll be him and Drew last.
I'm going to go outside the box here, guys, with my prediction. My prediction is the favor that he's going to call in, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That's outside the box, all right.
And I kind of have a feeling that Bailey's going to win.
Bailey's going to win the
women's, maybe, or it'll be Charlotte.
I'm guessing Charlotte.
I think it's going to be down to Bailey and Charlotte.
Yeah, it could be either one of those two. It could be it could be Nia, but I think they gang up on her and eliminate her.
Yeah, I don't want Nia.
But she's gonna go in there and destroy. She's gonna be in there trucking.
I think she's gonna be taken out. They're gonna all tag up on her and throw her over.
Yeah. So, maybe Bailey. I can't really.
That's thinking way outside the box.
Don't get talking about Sasha again. We did
that's thinking outside the warehouse.
Yeah, we at the end of the show. We're not gonna go there this week.
Nah.
Snoop
We'll
Dogg
be
and
on for
tights.
another hour, right? With the overbite. Yeah.
Is it me? Does she look like she went on eBay and ordered a bunch of brass belts?
Showing off her collection. Sasha, if you want to show off your collection, you come on this show, show them off.
Yeah, show them off.
Yeah.
At 10:30, you come on at 10:30.
There you go. Yeah, Mark Laverty will interview you.
We'll put her on 10:40.
Be your host.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm out of material, guys. Again, we lost Colonel DeBeers this week at the age of 80 after a brief illness. Wasn't one of the biggest legends, but he was big. He was big.
Yeah.
He was big in the AWA. Every time I think Colonel DeBeers, I always hear Ron Trongard, Colonel DeBeers. But I guess it's time for my final thought. If you guys are ready for that.
Please do.
Show. Okay.
The floor is yours.
Where's mine? Okay. Okay, so here's my final thought for the evening. Scams continue. They're never going to go away. and they seem to get more creative each day. And I'm not going to rehash the scenario we talked about earlier, but I would like to make this point. Group admins like me, Ben, Andy, and podcast hosts like me, Ben, Andy, Richard, we're contacted by people all the time, and they advise admins of situations they're faced with involving other collectors or makers, whether it's a scamming situation or dispute or whatever, whatever it may be. And I think I can speak for most admins when I say that scammers are the cancer of the hobby, and we don't want them in our groups. So we don't mind taking action to get them removed from the groups. I mean, if I can verify somebody scammed somebody, out they go. However, if you reach out to someone for advice on a scamming situation, be prepared to answer questions, because it turns out sometimes it's not exactly a scamming situation, and anyone going out on a limb for you does not want to end up stuck on that limb by themselves because of bad or incomplete information. The same holds true when you're advised to post about these situations. We see posts all the time. I had this happen with somebody, or I got scammed, or whatever it is. But when you do that, the burden of proof is on you to not only plead your case, but to also provide pertinent information, not just general, but you got to get specific. I'm talking about screenshots. I'm talking about dates, date stamps, transaction ID numbers, timelines, things like that. They're extremely important, but they need to come from you, not from a third party that you reached out to for help. I mean, I was offering to give somebody a platform, not to plead their case for them, for them to plead their own case. But when you refuse to provide that information or give up on the first sign of resistance by the other party, then you're going to lose a lot of trust and a lot of credibility from those who you asked for help. In the situation I described earlier in the show, the evidence was provided to me, but I had to spend the whole day trying to get that vital information that I needed to expose myself in the situation. It wasn't my place, nor is it anyone else's place to present your evidence. We can only offer support and advice. So if your feelings are hurt because someone you relied on to go to bat for you suddenly decides to wash their hands of the situation because you refused or were slow to provide what was needed to make a fair case, then I suggest you find another hobby, such as needlepoint. If you're that fragile, then maybe this hobby isn't for you. With that, I'd like to thank my co-hosts for their usual contributions this week. And on their behalf, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight. And we'll be back next Thursday. So be sure to like, to share, and subscribe, not just on the Wide World of Belts YouTube channel, but also the Facebook groups, which are Wild World of Belts, Love Those Wrestling Belts, and Championship Belt Brothers. There's also Big Boys Belts and some others out there, but those are the ones that come to mind. Mm-hmm. So on behalf of Richard, Andy, and Ben, I'd like to thank you for joining us, and be sure to join us next week for another great quality show. Boy, Andy's going out with a flash, isn't he?
Don't forget to get your animals spayed and neutered.
Yeah. Yeah, but let me close this out by saying that I offer my sincere condolences and prayers and thoughts for the people that were affected by the terrible air crash last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of venom thrown back and forth. Who was at fault? It's too early for that. There's an investigation ongoing. Let's let that play out
and just think of the families.
Think of the families. That's right. It's
be respectful. Kids that were on the plane, it's a tragic accident.
Just a terrible, terrible thing. So be in prayer for those people for recovery, and pray for the investigators that they find out what caused this terrible thing. So but I hate to end on a sad note, but I had to throw that in there. But thank you for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. Good night, everybody.
All right.